The only thing that is guaranteed in our lifetime is the fact that we will all die one day. A death of a family member leaves behind a lot of hard decisions that have to be made about a funeral and also the rising cost of a funeral in today's world. The question I would like to ask you today is, are you prepared to pass on? I have worked at a funeral home for over a year now, and I deal with death and dying on a daily basis. I would like to share with you the benefits of pre-planning your own funeral. When you pre-plan your funeral, you take the stress off of your remaining family members. It helps to give you a peace of mind, and it will also ensure that your final wishes are going to be carried out in the way that you would like them to be. According to the NFDA, which is the National Funeral Directors Association, over 19,000 people a year pre-plan their funeral. It is important to keep in mind that the stress of a funeral can make a person that is grieving even worse off. In an article titled "Pre-Planned Funerals Can Ease the Burden of Survivors" by USA Today, it states that a person who is under a lot of stress cannot make decisions effectively. Can you put yourself in the shoes of someone who has just lost a loved one? Would you feel that you would be up to going to a funeral home and spending upwards of 3 hours just to make decisions and finalize all of the paperwork needed for a funeral? A pre-planned funeral can take care of all the hardest, you take care of all the hard decisions so that your family doesn't have to. It is one of the greatest gifts that you can leave behind to your remaining family members. Pre-planning also gives you a peace of mind and helps you sleep at night. When asked what bothers you the most about the thought of dying, does the thought of your family members having to come up with a large amount of money at a quick time come to mind? U.S. News and World Report published an article titled "How to Handle the Funeral Cost." It stated that having a funeral nowadays can set a family back financially if there are no funds put back to handle the cost of the service. A traditional funeral nowadays costs around $8,000, and that is just getting the basic bare necessities. In an article titled "Should You Pre-Plan Your Funeral" by the U.S. News and World Report, it suggested that you look at pre-planning your funeral as an investment. Knowing that your family is financially able to bury you will give you a peace of mind, and knowing that you will not leave them behind with another dead. This also helps you to carry out your final wishes in the way that you want them to be. It is important for you to know all of your options and the different ways that a funeral can be carried out. The Federal Trade Commission published an article titled "Consumer Information and Types of Funerals." It made people aware of the types of funerals that you can have and all of the different decisions that goes into planning a funeral. In general, it stated that you have 3 choices: traditional funeral, a direct burial, or a direct cremation. Let's say that you wanted to be cremated and you pass away, and your next of kin decides that they would like to donate your body to the science and collect all of your insurance money. As funeral directors, we legally cannot tell the next of kin that they cannot do that, even though you have expressed your final wishes. With a pre-planned funeral, you have papers that notarize that your final wishes will be carried out in the way that you wanted them to be. The New York State Health Department stated that you should know all of the rights you have to planning your own funeral. I hope I have given you adequate enough information about pre-planning your funeral today. It takes the stress off of your remaining family, it eases your mind, and it helps know that your final wishes will be carried out the way that you wanted them to be. I am educated in this field, and I have felt led to talk to you about this taboo subject today. We will all pass away one day, but with the help of a pre-planned funeral, it can make the process just a little bit easier. If you would like to know more about pre-planning your funeral, please visit a local funeral home near you today. I would also like to add that even if you cannot afford financially to set back money for a funeral right now, that funeral home can write up a non-funded pre-arrangement that will let you make your decisions today and pay for it at a later date. Thank you very much.